as a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life, to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, babies. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out.
I ain't shooting shit out with nobody.
Plus also, our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. Worshiping pedophiles, wanna feed our children's spirits from robots. Turn all of us base to silicone base. Should be where the shit show starts. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street.
I ain't shooting shit out of nobody.
I'm
here to tell a goddamn story.
Pastor or preacher was released from prison with this plan to just me up after doing 25 years in the peace cups. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Woo! What's my decision? It's the war with this beast. Through tones. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
I'm not shooting.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
I don't care about all that.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. I do it die for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide down. Blue sky, but high ground. My crown slash helmet. So my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even sheep belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did diffusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked, the cards, my hand, I dealt it. Felt it vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. It bust off on some ice and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real marquee velvet. Body you not for Mars, a female's clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly zone, haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but with Hiller man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm Tuttle Sheep. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scamper. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bra. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dating space AC, y'all. Buster stuck in the case, face off. After it shaped the state, use a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lies what your fans get. Your rules and perils, what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people never get a piece of the pie. I want to go for the better. I go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas in practice can't stand me. You niggas just know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah. I'm really down on y'all. Fellas up. We not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the sci-fi. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying die ops. From the skybox, I got scope on you pilgrims. The scope with some real ones. Some of our folks are still dumb. Deaf and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have this real some. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've bloated in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech. Yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, one turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence. Mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance from conspiring connivance. Other aspirants of violence. Tyrants of fire. Striking the giants who hide. I'm sure and defiant. And environs of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupies, and hype men. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm non-client. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push off the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. Real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big monster is come full circle, so vacate the premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau or Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa.
It's cracking.
Shines symbols are for the conscious mind, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision. Vision the past night, yeah, a circulars round. Created successful reality from a virtue now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them saying little sneaky breezes that hurt you. They style all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all brawls with dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens by y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw magic circle around me to keep me from harm. The law fast checks purposely will keep me. I'm calm. Water fight at earth, turn me from
That's
that.
what my goofy ass is up to. Blocking idiots like you. They don't know how to sit there and watch and listen. Don't worry. Your fake ass Lucifer and your lizard niggas, they got your back.
If I die before I wake, well at least I'll fly in plain view. I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. How we call when growing, I spit flows.
Don't make you believe whatever it is you need to believe. Keep you stupid.
Years later, he's just saying degree just gain density. Gave my synopsis, he's hostile.
Probably got you thinking we all come from somewhere else. They brought us here and colonized and they got everybody warned and the last and the winter winds and all that bullshit. You hold on to that belief.
Respect, you obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect, but with strange essence, but the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribed by passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rare, I spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried, this kitten that it tried to eclipse my soul, bounce back from it. I announce it, I'm done with being the sacrificial lamb. The jungle, I run it, thus the lion conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious shift.
Keep believing in all that shit. That they're taking the man and taking their sperm and putting it in the woman after they mingle it with their genes. And that's bullshit. That's animal shit. You'll learn.
To the next zest of living, sexually sex some whose ass off. When she walked the ass off, I talk back to it like who makes your Yanni sing. Her response, she dons me king. To Rudy gave me the script, my ops the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on mine, my circle is me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve. Advance this abnormal, dormant form and leave y'all right where y'all started at. Let me impart a fact. She'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square. Yeah. Space rock, a great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fake, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark, weighs the heart as I sun ray my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fake, marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass rock. I rose up, took a shower, purified my auric field, took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown, chakra, core, and heel. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, wherever the relevant name of each path, simple highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math, a humble beach is still a beach. Now feel the beach raft, rain fire upon them, and the internet forums, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that were them. Destroy this de facto government and its quorums, establish big make my house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born as when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. The next host, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk and smash. Most of them got vaccinated with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grips of their cash. Sad can't watch videos without the subliminals. Predictive programming weirdos from minstrel shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, black minerals, the water and skies are fried. Nuclear chemicals technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next pop to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox off the chart. I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, but she's the best part. A great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Ways the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors are fakes. Marks once we make knowledge one is when the rhyme and bass drops.
I'm on pace to the bag, I got a clear view. All the mistakes from my past, that's in my rear view. I see snakes in the grass, the hate is real beat. Came from the bottom, kept it solid, I made them feel me. Watch you in your circle, all them shooters on the cover. They run you when you up, but when you down in LA. Better watch you in your circle, all them shooters on the cover. Gotta know who really with you and who plotting on you.
In prisons or households, motherfuckers up, discussing how they love to issue a rebuttal. The regions vary, I know it's true for sure. Anxiety and took from the rich, what I gave to the poor. Girls gossip in workplaces and beauty parlors. Every other word is of how I'm so prosperous. Feel the potions in my blood to be live. Southside's very own splendor, I exemplify. Stand on my square like shit, I'm the coldest. Gentleman of leisure, Cassaquatos ferocious. See the parallel, each moment brings change. The essence of strategy to end all the games. I grew up amongst gangs, follow chain of command, move with opposition, blood fused for land, showing your secret me in places. Let it be told that in this new age tunnel, she controls the whole globe.
I'm on pace to the back, I got a clear view. All the mistakes from my past, that's in my rear view. I see snakes in the grass, the hate is real beat. Came from the bottom, kept it solid, I made them feel me. Watch you in your circle, all them shooters on the cover. They run you when you up, but when you down in LA. Better watch you in your circle, all them shooters on the cover. Gotta know who really with you and who plotting on you.
Quite frankly, fuck y'all and fuck y'all's opinions. The feather serpent in this bitch, monstrous intentions, mismanages of the game, you lames. Simply fill a god king's increment of dominion. Politics or prostitutes quest for capitals, tempered with the wisdom of caution. It's natural that I step back a few.
Guess you will never be back here again. I'm not here for you, goofy. Wasting your time looking, you retarded fuck.
Remove any smile. Turn your sunny day to a dark and gloomy cloud. You chasing the indomitable powers of persuasion, so keep hating.
Can't read, motherfucker. You know the bot ain't too smart either.
I'm on pace to the bag, I got a clear view. All the mistakes from my past, that's in my rear view. I see snakes in the grass, the hate is real beat. Came from the bottom, kept it solid, I made them feel me. Watch you in your circle, all them shooters on the cover. They run you when you up, but when you down in LA. Better watch you in your circle, all them shooters on the cover. Gotta know who really with you and who plotting on the cover.
vision, I misunderstood. Predestined for victory, and yes, I could take you beyond good and evil. These two disciplines, parts of one whole. The tower I'm building, I see four big dishes. What the future's holding, world banking, ventures, food, shelter, clothing. You want the bond to hold bite on it. Free and bold, businessman, cold-blooded. In my hand is the globe, suspended, complete control of the earth's curse. The restoration of international commerce. I have craftsmanship and subtlety for war, ability to transmute energy to much more than D&D. What I bleed is nuclear turgulation. After white heat purifies the hater, creator of distant predicaments. Feel the pulse where I'm from, the cauldron of experience. To my Niji J Bravo Bravo. Plenty much gratitude for this collabo. Yeah, it's been a long time since Greensville, bro, star. Yeah, we here now. And the ancestors said to fuck some shit up. So here we are. Check it out. Is it the Great Reset or the Great Awakening? Great America or Make America Great Again? Zombie apocalypse or a space invasion from an alien? Or is it enemy or a fake friend? Artificial intelligence and clones are scriptural. Is it miracle or a spell cast magic ritual? Is it religion or is the path spiritual? Is the class Pan-African but status aboriginal? I'm not here to debate or be argumentative. Little bit of common sense to dictate we are innocent. Their intent is to slift the start of as if they swift with our children who's being robbed of their fifth. Human trafficking, child sacrifice, adrenochrome, corrupt government in position to defend its own. You part of the resistance for sure. They gon' send a drone for a lie. Fact checking, but I been in a zone since I been home. Been on some let's chant down Babylon, Jericho, whatever name you give it, but let's rally on. With or without you, I'm still gon' tally on. They say this is the end time, so I'ma end the finale strong. Social media got you foolish, been a metaverse. Before the earth fully heals, it's gon' get hella worse. Got to be the living word, come out that dead letter cursor. When you spit into existence, manifest a better verse. In the light of the full moon, you'll soon see turtle shit full bloom. A black sun pour doom down on these Moloch worshippers, burglars of the internal furniture of the temple of the grand furbisher. Elijah was the precursor. Y'all didn't hear him though. Instead, y'all condemned him as if he were a criminal. Whether mothership or mother wit, we back with the vengeance. Return of the ancient ones, American engine. Operation Mockingbird, the same thing as Hunger Games. The shortage of food, truly the cause of the hunger pains is who? Honestly, a doctor. Are they phantoms of the opera proctors of Silicon Valley? And Big Pharma is Operation Naomi, America's top thing that poses for the MK Ultra program. And these doses of nanotech, these tests of swabs up the noses from youngest to oldest to inoculate this COVID. Are they the deep state or are we in a deep state? We say we got our eye open. It's more like we sleep. Wait, is it about enlightening or do you expose shit for clout and likes, which opposes a true socialist with this double-edged sword? I'm a true vocalist. I'm supposed to spit war upon you globalists and your 21 and 2030 agendas as the women weep for me. I'm a worthy avenger. In the light of the full moon, you'll soon see turtle she in full bloom. A black sun pour doom down on these Moloch worshippers, burglars of the internal furniture of the temple of the grand furbisher. Elijah was the precursor. Y'all didn't hear him though. Instead, y'all condemned him as if he were a criminal. Whether mothership or mother wit, we back with a vengeance. Return of the ancient ones, American engines. Respect to all the real Aboriginal Nijis out there. Keep on fighting, y'all. Feathers up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I sent it to my peoples, and I know a few of them was waiting, so I know they can come in, but I appreciate those who showed up. I wanted to just go over a few things, before I take it down, because I got to run around and take care of a few things tomorrow morning. A lot of things going on in the world, and I'm not too caught up in the world, But I wanted to address a few things. And you see the title and the thumbnails and all that information there. Let me pull it up over here. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to pull a few things up. And let's bring that down. My tablet here. I set it up inside there on my other tablet, and it's charging. It was like 0. It was zeroed out. Okay. All right. Make sure we got it all right here. You're cracking me up. That's pretty funny. All right. Okay, so we're going to do this together. So you hear everything about the 14th Amendment, Civil Rights, Indian Civil Rights Act. Everybody believes, well, we're going to read it. And I want y'all to give me your input and what do you think? A lot of people be talking about this stuff, but whenever something's passed and they get rid of somebody and they utilize the material and everything like that, they always put a change on it. Some of y'all know it's hard to believe whitewashing of history and all this other crayon color crap or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like George Orwell said before he passed away in 46, long before they decided to make the movie 1984, you know, he laid it out and told you that everything was rewrote, changed, He was pretty much saying he detested the fake world that we were in, and he was aware who was behind it and what was going on. Y'all know about the land of Khazar, the Khazarians, and there were Jews, melanated. For those who never looked at the map and actually studied it, Muslims, and so-called Christians. It wasn't Christians. It was something else, some Coptic shit or whatever. And they had to convert to something. So the story is they converted to Judaism. Then they went to Prussia. I think they were called the Roj or Raj, whatever they were called. And they would get the name Khazars, even though it was Khazarians. You had the Khazarians of Prussia or Georgia. Well, they used them in war, raped the women, made these new babies. That's what they always do. And they killed off most of the men. That's when you get into this Christianity thing. A lot of people don't study who they were, the Coptics or whatever. And they put them in the gulags. They murdered them. But you think it's all these 60 million pale skins. No, it was melanated Georgians and a bunch of what you call, they murder a lot of their own as well. And they killed them, wrote them out of history. Just like when they went to Britain, same thing. When they went to Germany, partially the same thing. Now a lot of light-skinned folk are starting to realize, and they're pulling up, and their great grandpas, footlockers, they're pulling up documents and stuff that show all these dark Germans, which the Hollywood and people took an oath to never talk about. And, you know, have any of y'all ever studied how many World War II veterans murdered or family members or killed themselves? Holy Toledo. You know, you always get the sweet end of the story, but let the truth be told, it's all lies. So they say, yes, Black Americans have, and there's no such thing as black. Before if you called anybody black before 1960, and I can vouch for this with known history from greats, and grands, they kill you. You call anybody black back then, they kill you. Leave you stinking in the yard, the clan, nobody could come in and get the bodies. All right. I've got about 12 stories of certain melanated people, deacons, who murdered clan members where the clans would run out of the town. They were scared as hell. They didn't know where it was coming from. That's right. They would kill them. All this story about the clan, they did all that. Man, please. That was rural areas selecting certain individuals based on land rights and this, that, and other, to which they couldn't own, because a lot of y'all know we're the only ones that got, how do you call it? We have numbers behind the land rights because the land belongs to us. But regardless of that, we don't have no ownership. We don't believe in owning anything. That's how it was easy to take away. Whether you agree or like it or you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's facts, okay? So the birthright citizenship, which is constitutionally guaranteed constitutionally guaranteed by the 14th Amendment, 1868. My great-great uncles, Tandy and C, great-great Aunt Maggie, 121, they were part of that fight of the so-called Civil War. That's not what it was. All right? 1868. The birthright is to the Constitution, not to the U.S. fucking corporation, to which came in what, 19 what? Let's see, you have the Federal Reserve, 1933. You have the U.S. corporation came when, but they condition you with social studies of this U.S. of A. United States of America is not United States America. America is a republic. All right, a confederacy. All right, it had its own constitution and everything else. And by the very same bastards from Khazaria, Bulan, the royalty, whatever, had them convert, because they're about to be eradicated and totally wiped out. Okay? They subjugated themselves based on usury. And by accepting this narrative of Judaism, that they would do it through usury. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Now, 1868, right? Now, it's funny how they say the Indian Civil Rights Act of 1968, the Indian Civil Rights Act, ICRA, Indian Civil Rights Act of 1968, ain't no goddamn Native American or Indian, so-called Indian, write it. 25 USC 1301, 1304 applies most provisions of the United States Bill of Rights to Native Americans. Bill of Rights? Well, let's have a further look, all right? The Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution to address concerns that the original document lacked explicit protections for individual liberties and placed too much power in central government. What the fuck they got to do with 1968 Indian Civil Rights Act? Well, let's go back over here. Unbelievable. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did not formally, like to formally dress, draft, or legally create the Civil Rights Act of 1968. But his activism was the catalyst for its passage. The law, which is ignored, included the Fair Housing Act, was signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson on April 11, 1968, only 7 days after King's assassination, partly to honor his legacy. The Chicago Freedmen Movement, Chilagua, legislative pressure, then the final push, right? King's death acted as the final catalyst, breaking a legislative statement in Congress to pass the legislation. Why am I saying this? Well, the Civil Rights Act of 1968 Fair Housing Act was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson, all right? The momentum of the civil rights movement and the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., key legislative efforts included hearings on housing equality led by Senator Walter F. Mondale. He held crucial hearings in 1967 that established the case for housing equality. When you look at pictures, is there any Native American standing with Mr. Senator Walter? No, it's Martin Luther King, Cornell West, and all those idiots. Usury is what we're dealing with here. Now, actually, it is not the 1964 Act, but rather the Indian Civil Rights Act of 1968 that is often called the Indian Bill of Rights. Well, I know who I am. I know people see me with my shovel teeth, the curving a little bit, and my sloped forehead, and blah, blah, blah. All right, okay, he's got a little German. Well, some of the Germans that married in my family long before the World War I bullshit were melanated. Not of Africa. Nordic. and one was pale skin. Klein. Kaiser, Klein, and Schaust. Kaiser, yes. Got to remember, it was added to the Constitution to address concerns that the original document lacked explicit protections for individual liberties and placed too much power in central government. The U.S. is a corporation, separated, added to America. Amaru, Amaru, if you want to get into all those proto words. Somebody had an issue because if you look at, let's pull this up right quick, okay? I'm going to pull this up. Ooh, child. Let me go down here and pull this up. This is what these monkeys do. They think they can just do whatever, and everybody's just going to be like, okay with it, and everybody's going to fall in line, and blah, blah, blah. So they say there's 574 tribes recognized by the Bureau of Indian Affairs, which possesses special sovereign. Well, lately, in the last 3 or 4 years, they've been showing, and certain Native American brothers and sisters have been showing that a lot of people claiming, even the heads of certain tribes, never existed. They're not real, and they're not who they claim to be. All right? But we have this one issue here. Where is it at? Because you remember, it's birthright citizenship. It doesn't fall to Native Americans. Whether you like it or not, it's not my problem. Let me see, where's it at? Okay, I got, excuse me, I gotta pull this up here. Going here to history and get right about, because I'm not, Mother Town is at 24. I'm not gonna mess with it. All right. Okay. All right, let's see if this is it. Okay. Treaty status. And I know my family's treaties. That's the difference between a lot of people, especially on my father's side. Let's see that. Article S8C 18-872. Aliens in the United States. Can Native American tribes protect their land? Tribal sovereignty in the United States. Rights of immigrants. American Bar Association. Do laws that apply to non-Indians also apply to... Hold on. Damn it. Yeah. Okay. So, I'm trying to find it, guys. All right. Photo recognition. Is this it? Okay. 19. Okay. So the Indian Citizens Act of 1924, also known as the Snyder Act, a fucking fake Jew, was signed into law by President Calvin Coolidge on June 2nd, 1924, granting full U.S. citizenship to all Native Americans born within the United States. The funny thing, we weren't citizens until 1967 or 8. Do you know why? Because it was birthright. We weren't African. It didn't even exist until Jesse Jackson, by way of a certain woman, because Jesse Jackson wasn't the author. It was a trader, another paid to play. Any of y'all know that? When I say I'm not a citizen, they think that, oh, based on this, while allowing them to retain tribal property rights, it did not immediately guarantee voting rights, which were restricted by states. Who does that really apply to? Because, you know, when my great-grandma was coming up, there was no Native Americans on the fucking East Coast. None. So, in the key details of the 1924 Indian Citizens Act, the act granted citizenship to the estimated 125,000 Native Americans out of 300,000 who were not already citizens. Background: the legislation was partially a reward for the high rate of Native American service in World War I, and it was championed by Representative Homer P. Snyder of New York. So who the fuck do you think it was still applying to? So they think that right there automatically makes us citizens. No, it does not. And for the majority of us, we never accepted because we never asked to be one. We never shook hands, had an agreement, blood print, nothing. I don't think my great grandma would be saying, "You're not a citizen of this U.S. shit." They were very adamant about that. To the Constitution, by definition, absolutely. And nothing else. Because they still want to try and prove themselves in control of every goddamn thing. Yet that is not what the sons and daughters of Shem ever attempted to do. Now, do I have to go to the Bible and break this down for a little more clarity? When I say I'm not a citizen, it doesn't delineate or remove any so-called rights that I'm privy to based on my service or anything else to the country by way of whatever is part of what we do, not lacking. They can have the social security number and all that shit for the gold and all that. I don't give a goddamn. I'm not that brainwashed and delusional. I'm not here to stop anything. But they ain't got control over shit here. I'm wild and free. If they didn't sit down with me across the table and barter upon a conversation as I speak for a nation, there is no fucking agreement whatsoever. Other than I have no problem parlaying, even though a lot of things are done crooked, sneakily, and through blood. You know what's funny is you have Elvis and all these people, Roy Orbison, made all this music copying and mimicking us. And then once they were established, all of a sudden everything's copyright and infringed and all this other bullshit. You wouldn't have a roller coaster if it wasn't for Coney Island. You wouldn't have the blimps, helicopter, goddamn airplane, flushing your stinky shit. GPS. I could go on for days. They don't own a goddamn thing. They use that so they can fool all of you, even those of you who partake with them. Chai City, what's up, beloved? What's cracking? Pierre Bronson, what's happening, fam? What's going on, man? I know them. Your eyes are brighter than my future. Get your money up, not your furry. You're funny. This is for everybody. This is not for just the people I know. This is because they have this institutional ideology that through programming frequencies that everybody is supposed to accept everything they say, no matter how astonishingly crazy it fucking sounds. I'm not against what they're doing. Whatever. But they become so greedy and so stuck, they can't even rationalize. Okay, so he died in World War II. And Grand Day. Buck dancing, that's what you dumb niggas who don't know nothing do. Buck dance for your massa. Yeah, I know the bots is going retarded. I'm loving it though. I'm loving it so we can learn something to get better at this chiming in. When I say I'm not a citizen, it does not denote me from the land, nor the rights I have, especially as a son of Shem, based on the definition of what people think is, because it's not a game, it's not a fraud. They took on a fake ass Hebrew names to sound more like, to be more like, and besides the things that they always did, because even in history books, they were always cannibals. I told y'all to look up the desert devils. Y'all refused to. Okay? And everything else. You refuse to. But it isn't, I'm not here to knock them. But sometimes you gotta know, hey, let them few motherfuckers be right where they at. They got their plans, they can come later or whatever. Just be easy. I mean, some of us do really fuck with magic, sadly. I'm not the bad guy, but I'm not the good guy either. I seek righteousness. I hate that term magic. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. But yeah, bots, just NPCs, dummies, idiots, dumbasses. So they can, whatever, they can listen and get an earful if they choose to sit here. Choices. This information is real simple. It's not like the grandest and it's not like the most complicated puzzle to put together. Are you aware that in order for them to get some of the things they got, and they'll never tell you, they had to accept being a Negro? Did any of them ever tell you about that? Well, the old ones told me. They damn sure did. And some of them mentioned the older men were asking me for their forgiveness. And then they were showing me their little Shriner hat and the Masonic little thing and the York. You know why New York's named New York? The Yorkshire, right? Yeah, you didn't know, huh? New Amsterdam, huh? So when somebody's sitting there 90, 100 years old on Navajo reservation or Hopi or whatever, and they're going, can you ever forgive me? And any Navajo that knows me will tell you, when they see me, all the old Navajo used to put their head to my head. Do you know what that means? Do y'all have any fucking idea? Because they didn't worry about being killed or nothing. They were like, honesty was the best policy. So I buried a few of those who actually had to protect them, you know, in case they got caught, shoot them. I buried a few of them. Then I remember all the stories of my greats fighting and my greats and all of them who didn't come back. I was quiet and kept. The other people I'm related to and all that other shit. You know, elders, cousins who they didn't stop talking. They didn't like what they're doing because they got into selling heroin and going to New York and all that other shit from North Carolina. And, oh, yeah. I've heard it all. Old Lucas. Man. What was that, righteous tea? Like Scarface said, they need people like you so they can point and be like, that's the bad guy. I know, right? Yeah. Not that complicated at all. I was looking for the Indian Civil Rights Act. They didn't have one. It's ours. And what's funny? Niggas still running around talking about when am we get reparations? Nigga, when you gonna take over and control the fucking land of your ancestors, you dumb son bitches? That's why you ain't getting none. You're too stupid to wake up and realize, yeah, it's right there waiting for you, Bush. All the motherfuckers gave you leeway. Obama punk ass, all of them gave you leeway to get your land. Land patents. We're the only ones that have them. The only ones. Motherfuckers so god dang stupid. I know 2 of my land patent numbers. I ain't going for that. I ain't going after that shit. I'm not playing that game. I'm not here to prove nothing. I'm not fuck about all that. My thing is a story to tell. And the motherfuckers better just calm the fuck down. Them and their little cretins and everything else. Just relax. Dumbasses. You know? They're such in a rush. You ain't gonna have no water. The water's just being sucked up. But every state you look, they got 22, 400, 500 of these goddamn data centers sucking water up like a motherfucker. But is anybody stopping it? No. Fluoride been there, but you got a bunch of racist dumb fucks worried about what some niggas are doing, some brothers and sisters are doing, looking like fucking idiots, as if the programming ain't set official. Bunch of dummies. Poor choices. Well, they can straighten it up. They could choose better and be a little wiser. Gang mentality is a motherfucker. Not knocking. Just saying. What's happening, Habibis? Come on, man. Get a real name. Will you? Can you mean tell me that even the boss, the AI or whatever, cannot make a real fucking name? No slander to you, bro. I'm just saying, I appreciate you, bro. I'm just saying, like, use your real names. All day, I've been smelling motherfuckers like, oh, God damn. And this left and right, like they want to come and see me or something. What the fuck? I'm like, oh, a little swollen left kidney, back hurting. It's all good. Not the first time. You know? But damn. I'm not going to be rude and smooth and nasty. It's unnecessary. It goes against my credo. Y'all say your credibility. It goes against it, man. You know? Hey, Donnie, I'm good. How you doing? No, number of respect, Habibi. No, number of respect, bro. Absolutely. Be grand. That's what I say. But happy, absolutely. You know, absolutely. And like everybody knows, whether you're Muslim or not, I have more respect for Muslims than I do anybody else. Okay, there we go. 14th Amendment. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So the 14th Amendment Citizenship Clause, ratified 1868, establishes that all persons, you don't want to be a persons, but this is the words, how they use this shit to catapult you into another direction instead of a righteous one. born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Jurisdiction means corporation. The United States corporation is not fucking America. Are citizens of the United States. It doesn't say America, United States. And of the state wherein they reside. That's not America. This guarantees birthright citizenship regardless of race or parental immigration status. Ensuring children born in the U.S. are citizens in the U.S., not America. Born in all caps, God damn it, dead. Whether they like hearing it or not, that's what the fuck it is. And when Martin Luther King said, I believe I let my people into a burn, I let them into a burning house. It's because we weren't citizens on our land. He gave that great speech. And here we find a Negro languishing where? In his own fucking land. Everybody wants to ignore it because they can't be wrong. They're the Jews. No, they're not. Exactly. Unless you're Levitical. Free Palestine, damn right. I don't know what you're talking about, but I know you tell the truth because you want to dig down dungeon with it. Are you? Bro, they're gonna block you, man. They're gonna block you from the channel. If you're a bot or whatever, and you got 1,000 more accounts or whatever, they're gonna block you. I mean, if you want to say, I mean, maybe one of them people that like scat and all that other stuff. I don't know. If you're a bot, then create a new one to say the same dumb thing again. It doesn't affect or bother me. Okay? And you know, you got the nerve to have 666 behind your little goofy rattler, huh? Don't know the first thing about what a serpent is, the serpent people, nor what 666 actually means, do you? You want to play with that? You really? What, you think the realms, because of some have been kind of emulsified or brought in, like it changed something? Because they can't see you, doesn't mean I can't. If you even real, which I doubt. Six electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. You know, mark them no fucking beast. Yeah, the beast means an animal. That's why they call certain people kids, humans, and so on. How about being sentient? Okay. See, Shot City ain't playing that. Shot, and all of them know some things. They ain't saying nothing because they allow me to do the talking. But they know how to get you to walking. Bot or not. You know, when they say religion, are you aware that you are other religion? Doesn't matter if you're light skin or dark skin. Are you aware that you're the religion? Mm-hmm. Do you understand the responsibility? Something you have to deal with. Do not know. Yeah, Habib, yeah, you're correct, brother. Absolutely. If people would take the time and allow themselves to see clearer, everyone's not blind yet. What's funny is people who are so-called blind, they see mighty well. I had a friend of mine. He's a retired cop. He gets upset sometimes when I say things. And the first thing he says, "Man, I know you ain't talking about us all." I'm like, "No, I'm not," because there's a lot of good guys wearing the uniform, costumes, I call them.
A lot of good people. And there's some people on the borderline, because I agree, some people need their ass kicked. I don't care. If I had the costume on, I'd probably be wrote up every damn week for whooping somebody's ass. But I wouldn't be hitting no girls in the face and slamming their heads on counters. I wouldn't be trying to make some handicapped motherfucker get up and stand and all that dumb shit. And I wouldn't be trigger happy. I'm very aware though, when you go to take somebody out, you better know what you're doing and why. And it's going to take, excuse me, more than one round. It's going to take a few rounds to stop a motherfucker. Excuse my language. So, y'all, a lot of y'all unaware of that. It seems over this, that, and other. But some things, some individuals shouldn't be where they're at. And sadly, it's not always the case. I agree with you. Have you saved any lives with today's mathematics? I don't know. I'm not a 5%er, but today's mathematics is not broached upon the false math they taught everybody. Because the math they taught is a bunch of bullshit. And yes, brothers created algebra. It's a fact. But the way they've played it out, it's pathetic. It's simply not common. Yeah, you're correct about that, bro. And sure, if you are, yes, absolutely. Respect. Have you ever, excuse me, a single solitary thought about my responsibility my employer puts on me to do you? Don't have to. It matters me not. I don't fluctuate in that zone. It's unimportant. It's not my choice. Not at all. It has nothing to do with I. With all due respect. Yeah, I like Habibi. I like what he's saying. But the thing is, I just wanted to point out the simplest of things, because they always want to say one thing direct this way. And now there's plenty more information. Now, I researched a lot. I didn't read everything. I leave that up to you guys. You go and take a look and you read all that information. You might see something that I missed. All right? But it's pretty simplistic. It's not like a deep, you know what I'm saying? It's not complicated. You know what I mean? You had a drop of water. Another drop of water becomes a huge, that thing right, man. I appreciate and respect to you as well. Yes. I would just like to see, it would be, I cannot say it implores you, I would enjoy seeing more and more individuals realize that they're not so separated, and that they've been pitted against one another. Now, most people won't accept that. They will stand by the laurels or whatever their moral in-depthness is. I can't do nothing for that. It's up to each individual to make the choice, one that they feel that they can benefit from and they can gain from it in this life. Other than that, I'm in a rush to tell the story. Trust me, we're getting there. We're really getting there, because I'm bursting at the seams of wanting to start getting into the story. It's a long one. It's all kind of ups and this ways, and it's I kind of be guided to tell it. You know, that's what I want to do. But I'm aware that it is not up to I. I have a choice. But the story how it's laid, it's everyone's story. It doesn't change anything, per se. Well, I wouldn't tell you if it could or couldn't. Yet, there's a reason why I'm always telling you they're making a grand mistake. But they're stuck. And y'all should appreciate them being stuck. They can't pull a one-night trick and go like, oh, 10 years, we straightened up and they do nothing. First of all, they haven't locked up anybody. They got y'all still looking at Epstein's Island where there's thousands of them. His name being used this one. Okay. And then the funniest thing, attempting to pass laws of anti-Semitism. Then why do these idiots, this is how confident they are. Why are these idiots attacking the Semitic children? Because they're not of Sem. All right? In God we trust, and one another, for ye are gods. Okay? Yes, Jay. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to sit down and we'll get a little rest because I want to get up early. I got to run to the park. I got to run. I don't have a lot of gas money. It is what it is. You know, tires blown and this, that, and the other. I'm still part of this world, you know. Anyway, how they say, Dios los bendiga. God bless you. Y'all have a grand evening.